Go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to A.O.S. Abroad. And today we want to actually talk on the topic, as you have seen it, language proficiency test tips for Canada PR. And our guest for today is Rashidat Yusuf. She's going to actually be taking us through all what we have for today. And I know that you all are going to get value, huge value from this today. Um, Firstly, the topics, just like you could see on the screen, the first language test that will be talked about is International English Language Testing System, IELTS, also Canada English Language Proficiency Index Program, which is the CELPIP. And lastly, she will talk about the new test that was added to the Canada immigration, which is Pearson English Test, PTE. So please, anywhere you are joining us from, let us know. I would actually put it on the chat section now where I'm from. I am Aziz from Ontario, Canada. Let us know where you are joining us from. Put it on the comment section. Let us know. Um, as you are actually joining us from time to time, put your location and your name on the comment section. We'll really appreciate that. All right, without wasting much time, we would like to um, add up our presenter for today, the person that will be educating us, our English coach, Rashidat Yusuf from Ontario, Canada. Oh, thank you very much. I see some people already. Some people are reaching out to us. I see Oyebamiji from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. So I'm going to actually be putting it on the screen as you are joining us. So let's actually listen up to with let's listen rather to presenter Rashidat Yusuf as she actually joins us today. So Rashidat Yusuf, welcome, ma. Are you there?
Yeah, welcome everyone, and good afternoon from Nigeria. Good morning from Canada. As it has said, my name is Rashidat Yusuf, and I'll be your I would like the guest speaker for today. Yeah. So let's just wait for about 1 minute to see if we will have some more people to join before we start. Okay, you can keep sending where you're watching us from. Okay, I can see Ahmed Konji from Ibadan, Nigeria. Thank you for joining. Mr. Oyebamiji from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you very much for joining too. Okay, so let's start. Now, today we are going to be discussing language proficiency test tips for Canada permanent residents. So, I hope you all are doing good. I hope you are all well, and welcome to today's webinar on language proficiency test tips for Canada permanent residents, specifically the International English Language Testing System, which is the IELTS, the Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program, which is the CELPIP, and the Pearson Test of English, which is the PTE that they just added to the language proficiency for Canadian permanent residence application. Whether you're considering immigrating to Canada or already in the process, understanding how to excel in these language exams is crucial. It is very, very important. So today we're going to be looking into the key strategies and tips to help you ace this test and enhance your chances of securing Canadian permanent residence. Now let's quickly take a look at the overview. We'll be discussing about the importance of language proficiency for Canada permanent residents, understanding the role of language proficiency in the immigration process, the overview of the three exams, which are the IELTS, PTE, and CELPIP tests, and their significance rather, and the strategies for effective preparation and time management, practical tips for each section to maximize your score, and choosing between IELTS, CELPIP, and PTE. And then I'm gonna be concluding. So now let's briefly discuss why language proficiency is so essential for Canadian permanent residence application. Proficiency in English or French is a requirement for most immigration programs as it ensures successful integration into Canadian society and the labor market. IELTS, CELPIP, and PTE are widely accepted by IRCs, which is the Immigration, Refugee, and Citizenship Canada, as proof of language proficiency, making them vital components of the immigration process. Right now, if you are migrating to Canada, you should know that the language proficiency serves as a critical factor in determining eligibility for immigration programs and permanent residence. All right. So here is a brief summary of um, the language proficiency significance. One, we have communication and integration. Proficiency in the official languages of Canada is crucial for effective communication. Language skills enable immigrants to interact with one another, to others, access services, and participate in community life. We also have employment opportunities. Language proficiency is often correlated with employability. Adequate language skills increase individuals' chances of securing employment and contribute to the country's labor market. So imagine you can't speak English or French and you're coming to Canada. How are you going to get employed? So um, language proficiency is very, very important. Now, another thing is contribution to the economy. Immigrants who possess language proficiency are better positioned to contribute to the economy through increased productivity, entrepreneurship, and innovation. We also have access to education and training. Language skills enable immigrants to pursue further education, upgrade their qualification, and enhance their career prospects. We have cultural integration and social cohesion. Language proficiency fosters cultural integration and social cohesion by enabling immigrants to engage with the local community, understand cultural nuances, and build meaningful relationship. Pathway to citizenship, which is why I know that most of us are immigrating to Canada, right? Language proficiency may be a requirement for obtaining citizenship in Canada. All right, demonstrating language proficiency through standardized tests like IELTS or CELPIP is often a mandatory step in the naturalization process. Okay, now let's look at the overview of the test and their significance. The IELTS, PTE, and CELPIP tests are widely recognized English language proficiency exam used for various purposes, including immigration, study abroad, and employment. Each test assesses the four language skills, which are the reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Now, let's first take a look at the IELTS, which is the International English Language Testing System. IELTS is available in two versions. It's actually in four versions, but we're going to be talking about just two versions today, all right? We have the academic and the general training. The academic version is typically required for academic purposes such as university admission or training in a professional field, while the general is often used for immigration and work related purposes. Now, scores are reported on a scale of 0 to 9 for each section and overall band score. IELTS is accepted by over 10,000 organizations worldwide, including immigration authorities, universities, employers, and professional bodies. It is recognized in many English countries, including Canada, Australia, the UK, and New Zealand. Now, let's talk about CELPIP, which is the Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program. CELPIP assesses general English language proficiency and is designed specifically for Canadian English. It includes tasks similar to real life situations, such as communicating with co-worker and understanding workplace language. Scores range from 1 to 12 for each skill, listening, reading, writing, and speaking, with an overall score ranging from 1 to 12. All right. CELPIP is accepted by Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, for Canadian permanent residence and citizenship application. It is recognized as proof of language proficiency for immigration and professional purposes within Canada. All right, now we have the last one, which is the PTE, Pearson Test of English. PTE academic assesses language skills through computer-based tests, including speaking and writing tasks delivered using voice recognition technology. Scores are reported on a scale of 10 to 90 with 10-point increments. PTE academic is accepted by thousands of institutions globally, including universities, colleges, and governments. It is recognized in countries such as Australia, Canada, USA, the UK for study and immigration purposes. Now let's break down the IELTS text and test structure. We have the listening skill. The listening section will take you about 40 minutes. We have 30 minutes for the recordings and the writing, and we have the extra 10 minutes for transferring your answer into an answer sheet. All right. The listening section contains of 4 recorded audio passages played through headphone. Each passage is conversation or monologue on a range of everyday topics. There are 40 questions in total, distributed across 4 sections. These questions assess your ability to understand main ideas, specific details, opinions, and the speaker's purpose. And then you will hear each recording only once. So it is important to listen carefully and take notes. You will have time to read the questions before each recording starts. The recordings increase in difficulty as the test progresses, with the first section being the easiest and the last section being the most challenging. Then we have reading, and this will take you about 60 minutes. All right. The reading section consists of 3 passages, each followed by a series of questions. The passages are taken from books, newspapers, magazines, or academic journals. There are 40 questions in total, distributed across 3 sections. These questions assess your ability to locate information, identify main ideas, understand implied meanings, and make inferences. The passages vary in length and complexity, with topics ranging from general interest to academic subjects. In this reading skill, you will have to manage your time effectively to read the passages and answer the questions within the allocated time, within the 60 minutes, that's 1 hour. And then we have writing, which will take you about 60 minutes too. The writing section consists of 2 tasks. Task 1, which is 150 words, and task 2, which will be 250 words, you'll be required to write responses to both tasks. Task 1, in the academic version, you might be presented with a graph, chart, table, or diagram and asked to describe the information in your own words. In the general training version, you'll be asked to write a letter responding to a given situation. So for the immigration purpose now, if you are writing the IELTS to migrate to Canada as a permanent resident, then you should know that you would take the general IELTS training and not the academic training. All right. Now, the task 2, you'll be presented with a statement or question on a general topic and asked to provide an argument, opinion, or solution in response. Your writing will be assessed based on criteria such as task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical accuracy, lexical resource rather, and grammatical range and accuracy. It is very important to plan your responses, organize your ideas logically. Organize your idea logically, um, and use appropriate vocabulary and grammar. Right. Now, moving on to the speaking. For the speaking, you have about 11 to 14 minutes for the speaking skill. The speaking section consists of a face-to-face interview with an examiner. It is divided into three parts: introduction, introduction interview, which is a part one, the long turn, which is a part two, and the two-way discussion, which is a part three. For the task one, the examiner will ask you questions about familiar topics such as your hobbies, families, studies, and interests. This part aims to assess your ability to provide personal information and talk about everyday experience. And the task two, you'll be given a task card with a topic which you will be asked to talk about for 1 to 2 minutes, and you will have 1 minute to prepare your response before you start speaking. This part assesses your ability to speak fluently, coherently, and on a given topic. And the task three, the examiner will ask you further questions related to the topic in task two. This part of the test aims to assess your ability to express and justify opinions, analyze information, and engage in extended discussion. Your speaking will be assessed based on criteria such as fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. All right. Now we have strategies for effective preparation and time management for your IELTS. The first thing is to create a study schedule. Develop a study schedule that fits your daily routine and allows you to allocate time for each section of the exam. Set aside dedicated study period for each skill. You have to set realistic goals. Set achievable goals for your IELTS preparation, such as target score for each section or improvement in specific areas of language proficiency. Break down your goals into smaller tasks to track your progress effectively. You need to spend time familiarizing yourself with the format of the IELTS exam, including the different sections, question types, and timing for each section. Understanding the test structure will help you approach each section with confidence. You need to practice each section of the exam regularly to build your skills and confidence. Use official IELTS practice materials, sample tests, and online resources to simulate exam conditions and assess your performance. Identify strengths and weaknesses. Identify your strengths and weaknesses in each section of the exam through practice, test, and self assessment. Focus on improving weaker areas while maintaining and enhancing your strength. Another thing is to practice time management. Practice time management techniques to effectively allocate your time during each section of the exam. Pace yourself and set time limits for completing each task to ensure you complete all questions within the allotted time. Now, practice under exam conditions. Mimic exam conditions during your practice session by simulating the test environment, including timing yourself, using official IELTS practice material, and minimizing distraction. Develop test taking strategies. Learn test taking strategies for each section of the exam, such as skimming and scanning techniques for the reading section, note taking strategies for the listening section, and essay planning techniques for the writing section. Review your practice tests. Review your practice test results and analyze your performance to identify areas of improvement. You need to pay attention to common mistakes, time management issues, and area where you can refine your strategies. Another thing, and the most important thing, is to work with a coach and seek feedback and support. Seek feedback from teachers, tutors, or language experts to identify areas for improvement and receive guidance on effective study strategies. Join study groups, online forum, and language exchange programs to connect with others preparing for the IELTS exam. And you can also register with us at A.O.S abroad through our website ftc.aosacademy.com. There, you can take the courses at your own pace, and a tutor will be assigned to you with series of virtual trainings and all. We have reviews of some of our students on the group that we created. As you can see, someone um, commented, "Dear fellow group members, Alhamdulillah, our results came out fine. We thank God for the efforts of our coach. She's wonderful. Send DM if you have any inquiries before your exam date." And so, as you can see, we also have thank you very much for the word of encouragement. We have You're welcome. We shall meet in Canada by God's will. So everybody here on this group, if you are joining our if you are registering for our IELTS online courses, that means you are migrating to Canada. And by God's grace, we will all meet in Canada, as one of our clients said. Stay motivated and consistent. Stay motivated and consistent in your study routine by setting achievable goals, tracking your progress, and celebrating milestones along the way. All right. Remember that consistent effort and dedication are key to achieving success on the IELTS exam. Now we have the next test, which is the CELPIP, the Canadian English Language Test for Canadian Immigration. The CELPIP test is a language proficiency exam specifically designed to assess English language skills for Canadian immigration, citizenship, and professional purposes. You have the listening skill, which will take you about 47 to 55 minutes. The listening section assesses your ability to understand spoken English in various contexts. It consists of two components: listening to problem solving and listening to a conversation. Listening to problem solving. Now, you will listen to a short passages and answer multiple choice questions or fill in the blank based on the information provided. And then we have listening to a conversation. You will listen to conversations between two people and answer multiple choice questions or fill in the blank based on the information provided. We have the reading, which will take you about 55 to 60 minutes. The reading section assesses your ability to understand written English text. It consists of four components: reading correspondence, reading to apply a diagram, reading for information, and reading for understanding. Reading correspondence. You will read emails, letters, or notices and answer multiple choice questions or fill in the blank based on the information provided. Reading to apply a diagram. You will read a passage and use the information to complete a diagram or form. Now, reading for information. You will read passages and answer multiple choice question or fill in the blank space. Reading for understanding. You will read passages and answer multiple choice questions or fill in the blank based on the information provided. Now we have writing, which will take you about 53 to 60 minutes. The writing section assesses your ability to communicate in writing in English. It consists of two tasks: writing an email and responding to survey questions. You will write an email based on a given scenario, including information provided in prompts, and you will respond to survey questions by writing short answers based on the information provided. We have lastly the speaking, which will take you about 15 to 20 minutes. The speaking section assesses your ability to communicate orally in English. It consists of 8 tasks divided into 2 components: speaking in personal context and speaking in professional context. You will respond to questions and provide information about yourself, your experiences, opinions, and preferences. And you will also respond to questions and provide information related to work-related situations, such as giving instructions, describing processes, or making suggestions. Now, practical tips for each section to maximize your score. For the listening skill, you have to listen for key words and key phrases in the audio passages that relates to the questions. This will help you identify the relevant information. Secondly, you should anticipate possible answers based on the context before listening to the audio. This will help you understand the information, all right? Thirdly, use the provided note-taking space to jot down important points while listening to the audio. It will help you recall information and answer questions more effectively. And lastly, pace yourself during the listening section and allocate time for each question. If you are unsure about an answer, you can make an uneducated guess and move on to the next question. Now we have reading. Quickly skim the passages to get an overview of the content. Then scan for specific information needed to answer the questions. Pay attention to headings, subheadings, and keywords. Read each questions and passage carefully. to understand the context and locate the relevant information. Be mindful of details such as dates, names, and numbers that may be important for answering questions. Build your vocabulary by learning and practicing common academic and everyday English words and phrases. This will help you understand the passages and answer questions more accurately. Allocate time for each reading passage and question set. If you are running out of time, prioritize answering questions that you find easier or that carries more mark. Now we have writing. Take a few minutes to plan your responses before writing. Organize your ideas logically and structure your writing with an introduction, body paragraph, and in conclusion. Support your points with examples, details, and evidence to strengthen your argument and demonstrate your understanding of the topic. Review your writing for grammar, punctuation, and spelling errors before submitting. Use correct grammar and sentence structure to convey your ideas clearly. Focus on addressing the task prompts and staying on topic in your responses. Avoid irrelevant information or tangents that could detract from your overall message. These strategies and tips for the CELPIP, you can also use it for the IELTS when you are preparing for your IELTS. All right. Now we have the speaking. Practice fluency. Practice speaking English fluently and confidently by engaging in regular conversations with friends, family, or language partners. Focus on expressing yourself clearly and articulately. Build your vocabulary by learning new words and phrases relevant to everyday and professional context. Use varied vocabulary to convey your ideas effectively. Support your responses with examples, anecdotes, or personal experiences to illustrate your point and provide context. Listen carefully to the examiner's question and instruction. Take a moment to think before responding and speak at a moderate pace to ensure clarity. Now we have the last exam, which is the PTE, Pearson Test of English. The PTE is now accepted in Canada. It wasn't accepted before, but now it is accepted in Canada, and it is a computer-based English language proficiency test. Now we have the speaking and the writing, and for this skill, you have about 77 to 93 minutes combined for the speaking and writing, all right? So don't be scared. It's not just one skill, it's two skills, all right? Personal introduction. This is for the speaking now. You will have 25 seconds to prepare and 30 seconds to read a short personal introduction about to record a short personal introduction about yourself. Read aloud. You'll be presented with a text on the screen and have 30 to 40 seconds to read it aloud. Repeat sentence. You will hear a sentence and have 3 to 9 seconds to repeat it verbatim. You will describe image. You will see an image on the screen and have 25 seconds to describe it in your own words. Retell lecture. You will listen to a short lecture and then retell the lecture in your own words. You will have 40 seconds to prepare and 40 seconds to speak. Answer short question. You will hear your question and have 10 seconds to respond verbally with a short answer. Now, summarize written text. This is for writing. You will read a passage and summarize it in one sentence. You will have 10 minutes to complete this task. And then we have essay. You will write an essay in response to a prompt. You will have 20 minutes to complete the essay task. All right. Now we have reading, which will take you about 32 to 41 minutes. Multiple choice, choose single or multiple answers. You will read a passage and answer a multiple choice question with the same single or multiple correct answer. With other paragraphs, you'll be presented with a jumbled paragraph and must arrange the sentences in the correct order. Another one is you will read a text with several gaps and choose the appropriate word to fill in each gap from a drop down list. Reading and writing. This is for reading and writing. You will read a text with several gaps and type the missing word into each gap. Okay, A.O.S is asking who is taking or wants to take any of these tests soon. You can let us know if you want to take this test, or even if you're planning to take it, you can let us know, right? Listening. For the listening skill, you have about 45 to 57 minutes. Summarize spoken tests. You will listen to a short lecture and then have 10 minutes to summarize it in one sentence. Then we have multiple choice, choose single or multiple answers. You will listen to a recording and answer a single or multiple choice questions with one or more than one correct answers. You will have to type some missing word or words into the blank in the transcript. Highlight correct summary. You will listen to a recording and select the summary that best captures the main points. Now, choosing between IELTS, CELPIP, and PTE, because some people might be confused and don't know the test that you want to go for. Oh, IELTS is kind of hard. CELPIP is also harder. And now PT, I'm even confused. I don't know what to do. So this session is for you. Choosing between IELTS, CELPIP, and PT. When selecting between IELTS, CELPIP, and PT, several factors should be considered to determine which test best suits your needs and preferences. Here are some key factors to consider. So for those of you that are confused, you should listen more carefully, all right? Now, purpose of the test. Consider the purpose for which you need to take the English language proficiency test. Different tests may be preferred for specific purpose such as immigration, academic study, professional certification, or general language proficiency. Test format and structure. Review the format and structure of each test, including the sections, question types, and timing. Consider your strengths and weaknesses in each language skill and choose a test format that aligns with preferences and abilities. Convenience and accessibility. Consider the availability and accessibility of test centers for each exam in your region. Choose a test that offers convenient test dates, locations, and scheduling options that fit your schedule and logistical constraints. Scoring system and criteria. Review the scoring criteria to understand how your performance will be evaluated, and consider whether you prefer a test with a numeric scoring system like IELTS and PTE, or a descriptive scoring system like CELPIP. Test preparation resources. Assess the availability of test preparation material, resources, and support for each exam. Consider whether you have access to quality study materials, practice tests, sample questions, and preparation courses to help you prepare effectively for the exam. Another thing is personal preference and comfort. Consider your personal preference and comfort level with each test format. Some individuals may prefer computer-based tests such as PTE over paper-based tests like IELTS and CELPIP, while others may feel more comfortable with specific question types or test interfaces. Feedback and recommendation. Seek feedback and recommendations from individuals who have previously taken one or more of the test. Consider their experiences, insights, and advice in making your decision. You may also consult with educators, language experts, or immigration consultants for guidance. Now, ultimately, the choice between IELTS, CELPIP, and PT depends on your specific circumstances, goals, and preferences. Take the time to research and compare each test carefully before making your decision, and ensure that you choose the test that best aligns with your needs and objective. We only have IELTS online courses on our website for now, but trust me, the CELPIP and the PT courses are on their way to our website. I can't really say when, but soon, by God's grace. Now we have another review here. One of our students is giving others the feedback of what he did in the exam and how it went and everything. We have okay, tax two, how the friends children may impact or influence them. I can't really say it well, I'm sorry. My little advice is just to pay close attention to every details the tutor is given, because it will be very helpful. Don't overlook any type of question. Anything can come out on the exam. That's an advice for the rest of the students. Now we have all the best in our mocks and your all the best in your mocks and your tests, guys. Okay, thank you. All right, so that is that about that. Now, understanding the test requirements for different immigration programs is crucial when planning to immigrate to a new country. First, you need to research immigration programs. Start by researching the immigration programs offered by Canada. Canada has different programs such as skilled worker programs, family sponsorship programs, investor program, and provincial nominee program, etc. etc. All right. Review language proficiency requirements. Once you've identified the immigration programs you are eligible for, review the language proficiency requirements for each program. Determine which English language proficiency tests are accepted by the immigration authorities. As we have said earlier, Canada accepts the CELPIP, PTE, and the IELTS. No, all right. Understand minimum score requirements. Pay attention to the minimum score requirements for language proficiency tests specified by each immigration program. These requirements may vary depending on the program and the visa category you are applying under. Check test validity period. Verify the validity period of the language proficiency test scores. Some immigration programs may have specific time frames within which your test scores must be valid. Ensure that your test scores meet the validity requirements at the time of application submission. Consider application additional requirements. In addition to language proficiency test scores, immigration programs may have other requirements related to education, work experience, age, financial resources, and health. Ensure that you meet all eligibility criteria for the programs you are interested in. Because we said language proficiency is crucial, it is important. That doesn't mean your work experience is not important, your age, your financial resources, and health is not important. Everything works line in line. All right, now consult official immigration websites. Consult the official website of the immigration authorities for accurate and up-to-date information on language proficiency requirement. Don't just be like they say. Don't listen to only they say. When you hear something, you have to go on the official website and confirm if it is true so that you not get scammed, you not be scammed. All right. These websites often provide detailed guidance on the application process and requirements for each immigration program, and you should seek professional advice. If you are unsure about the language proficiency test requirements or eligibility criteria for immigration programs, consider seeking advice from immigration consultants, lawyers, or certified professionals. Because some people, after even reading their going to their website and reading all what it is, some people will still not understand. So it is advisable to seek advice. All right. They can provide personalized guidance based on your specific circumstances and help you navigate the immigration process. Work with the people that know the way. Okay. Now, recommended study materials and resources for IELTS, CELPIP, and PT. For IELTS, you can use official IELTS practice materials. These materials are available on the official IELTS website. They include practice tests, sample questions, and tips for each section of the exam. You can use Cambridge IELTS series. This series of books provide authentic practice tests for both the academic and the general training version of the IELTS exam, along with answer keys and audio CDs. You can also use Road to IELTS. Developed by the British Council, Road to IELTS is an online preparation course that offers interactive activities, practice tests, and study materials for self-paced learning. And additionally, you can also use ftc.aos Academy websites for the IELTS online courses. Okay, for CELPIP, you can use official CELPIP study guide. This guide, available for purchase on the CELPIP website, provides detailed information about the test format, scoring criteria, and sample questions for each section of the exam. You can use CELPIP practice test. CELPIP offers official practices that simulates the format and difficulty level of the actual exam. These tests are available for purchase on the CELPIP website. And you can also use CELPIP tutoring service. Consider enrolling in CELPIP tutoring services offered by language schools or private tutors who can provide personalized instruction and feedback to help you prepare for the exam. And for PTE, we have the official PTE practice material. Pearson offer a range of official practice materials, including scored practice tests, sample questions, and preparation resources on the official PTE website. We also have PTE tutorials. This website offers free and paid PTE preparation resources, including practice tests, sample questions, and study materials for all sections of the exam. PTE preparation courses. You can consider enrolling in preparation courses offered by language skills or online platform, which provide structured instruction, practice exercises, and feedback from experienced instructors. Now, in conclusion, mastering language proficiency tests like IELTS and CELPIP is a crucial and PT is a crucial step towards achieving your goal of Canadian permanent residence. By implementing the tips we have discussed today, knowing the test formats, practicing regularly, developing time management strategies, enhancing vocabulary and grammar, and focusing on speaking and listening skill, you will be equipped to excel in this exam. Remember, consistency and dedication are key to success. Best of luck on your language proficiency journey, and may your path to Canadian permanent residence be smooth and successful. Thank you for joining us today. And do you want to work with us? You can book a 5 minutes free clarity call now. This is a free introductory consultation session where you can ask only 5 important questions about your travel goals and get them answered without a fee. All you just need to do is to drop a genuine review at the end of the discussion. We are expecting your call. All right. And for those of you that want to study the IELTS test with other candidates in class, developing your language skills, listening, reading, writing, speaking, and question answering skills for maximum success in the test in just one sitting, you can register for our IELTS online courses on ftc.aosacademy.com. That comes with a fee, and the fee is on the website. We have the introduction part, which is free. All right, but the rest comes with a fee. All right, thank you very much, and see you some other time. But before I go, do we have any questions?
All right, thank you very much, Rashidat. We really do appreciate that. If you have any questions, this is the time to actually ask your questions. We have not gotten any questions on the comment section yet. If you have any questions whatsoever based on this beautiful presentation, drop it on the comment section right now so that we can have you and to actually respond so that our um, presenter can respond to your questions. She's also our English coach. She trains people for IELTS and even the TOEFL, even though it's not part of the French Canada immigration tests. Also, she would also be training us later on. You understand, for CELPIP or PTE. So, if you have any questions whatsoever on this language proficiency test, English language proficiency tests, drop them right now. So, thank you very much. Just like you could see on the screen, these are the links that you could actually reach out to us or go through our online courses or even ask any questions whatsoever that you have. These are the free platforms that you could actually visit to learn more about not just the PT, not just the CELPIP, the IELTS, but other things that you may have as regards your career in Canada, businesses you like to set up in Canada. You understand, things related to what you want to learn about, travel for either study, work, visits, permanent residence, things like that that you'd like to actually talk to us about. Don't forget to go on that link to book a clarity call, discuss with some of us, you understand, without actually committing that much. Do you understand in terms of payments? So if you have any questions, even after this webinar, you can always go on the link. You understand? Check the link, check what we have there. Do you understand? And at the end of the day, drop a wonderful comment and let more and more people actually learn about this. So, a final note from our presenter. I would like to have a final note from our presenter right now. Do you have anything to add up, Mr. Shidat?
No, in the absence of no questions.
All right. That being said, if you really enjoyed this, put a thumbs up, put a like, and also share with your friends and your families. Comment even after this webinar. We would always look through and respond to any comments that you have, and share as much as possible to everyone that you know that is actually working on one stage of Canada immigration or not. You understand, or someone that is even getting started. And we do hope to actually see every one of you in our next webinar sessions that we do have on a consistent basis every other month. Thank you very much, everyone, and do have a lovely day ahead. Bye for
Yeah,
now.
thank you.